We're here in another bed control structure. How did you construct this one?
This is just a few rocks across the system. Originally I planted grass on it. You see the clovers, everything's growing in here. Few willow trees there and there. And I've had it said to me that you couldn't get reeds and willows to grow together with a shade them out. Well, I'm a bit confused.
Did you plant this willow?
I don't know, somehow it grew there. I was around when it grew.
Now behind us here, in amongst all this unbelievable growth, there's a few rocks in there that is directing water onto water. But in a flood event, what would happen here?
Oh well, these reeds would just lay over this little path we're on and absolutely protect it, because nothing would happen in the bed of the stream at all. And so it is for another 2 kilometres down. And that's being fed, of course, by where we started. And although we did do a little bit of manipulating to plant these up when they first started, this stuff I didn't expect the speed at which this has grown, because we've gone through 3 years in drought, 4 years of drought in the process of getting this to grow.
So a lot of the last 3 years, this Widden Brook has actually stopped flowing?
Yes, 3 times we had well, it got down to just ponds, just enough to keep a few aquaculture systems operating. But I mean, the rest of the Widden Valley had no water in it at all.
Well, instead of this being a sandy base of a river, you've got a lot of carbon getting caught and processed here.
You couldn't even gather how much. When we looked at the patches, you could still see. Just imagine how much is in these reeds through here.
Yeah, and that's 2 metres of growth that's happened in the last, the last big flood event.
Yeah, but all that mulch that we were looking at that was visible could easily be in the bed of this carbon, the same as the other lot we looked at. I just have not been able to go through and assess it all.
We're standing here on what was a sand-bedded creek base.
Well, if we went on the creek base, it was out there a bit more, just about the edge. This has been deposited in a couple of flood events which dug out this pond, built a terrace in amongst the vegetation below, so it actually brought the whole creek up nearly 2 metres, metre and a half, although that's quite a deep pond. It's a couple of metres deep. But that's a de-energising pond which the water tumbles into, because back there the reeds, they hold the water for a certain length of time. Then, because they're living in their own residue, they don't seem to have the power, and then they start building a hole, and then they have different groups of plants live all around the pond becomes a de-energising system, and then you'll find you go from Kumbungi that's there, Phragmites that's here.
Yes. And this is all naturally
absolutely
set up.
It's how they set themselves up, yeah.
Because you've created the
once you stop the sand moving, obviously then these natural processes can start. Well, yeah. When I say the sand moving at a level where it used to overrun the plants all the time.